How's it going, everyone? So I just watched the movie Mercy, and it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Um, I'm gonna give a brief overview and then go to spoilers after, but I'll give a fair warning for that. So Mercy, it is about a court system, but also a cop detective that gets arrested, and he is in front of this AI court, which is judge, jury, and executioner. Um, this same detective, he used it for previous criminals, but now he's in a situation where he is facing, he's on trial. Um, yeah, I liked it a lot. Um, was what is chat saying? Anyway, basically, I'm gonna go into spoilers now. So he gets captured. He doesn't know what happened because he got blackout drunk and he fought other police. And he ends up in this chair and he has to prove that he didn't kill his wife, and that's why he ended up there. Um, what is going on in this chat? Anyway, and we go through this entire movie. He is going through different people's files and phones because this AI can access it. And it's interesting because the AI eventually starts lagging out, right? Because it's noticing that there's issues with its process, right? Because AI clearly can't be the sole decision maker. And you find out towards the end that it had made previous decisions that were incorrect. And uh, the bad guy who was LARPing as his friend kills his wife, and then is trying to frame him for the murder. And uh, so they eventually find out why he did that is because he got his brother um, in front of the court, and the brother was executed, and he's trying to get revenge uh, to Chris Pratt for getting his brother in that situation. Um, Thirsty. And then towards the end, basically at the end of the movie, you find basically says that people and even AI can make mistakes, which brings me into like some like thoughts I had on it. Overall, I liked the movie. It it kept you guessing the entire time. It wasn't boring. It was pretty engaging. Um, yeah, and it did bring up some logical things and issues with AI and fully relying on AI, because I think people um, they don't know how to understand how to use AI. Even I rely on it a little bit too much sometimes, but I feel like for the most part, I do an okay job. You have to understand that it is a tool, and you have to come into it with like a lot of logical thinking, critical thinking, right? You have to, come into this chat box, and you have to be on your A game because sometimes it hallucinates. And if you don't know what hallucination is, it's basically AI just saying things that aren't true. And it does it confidently, right? Um, and also, another issue that I've seen is people, they're like, they have AI reinforced delusions. So I don't know if you all heard about this case, but there was a person who thought they had figured out a new math equation or formula, and they thought they had become like a super genius or something, or figured out something that hadn't been figured out before. But when this is the funny part is when he fact checked this with another AI, it said no, that's nothing. Um, so I guess maybe if you use multiple AIs, uh, you have a better chance. I think there's another situation where a family member, this guy thought a family member was like a Chinese spy because of the way she was pouring tea or something like that, and then it escalated into violence and eventually murder, which is unfortunate. So I think a lot of things are happening at the same time, like isolation, mental health, and then this powerful tool that it's just basically a calculator, a high tech calculator, and you can interact with it. Um, it's supposed to agree with you for the most part. That's why I feel like people that maybe are a little bit more self critical and, you know, are able to take advice or correction and want it to actually be better at something like homework or like a math equation, you're you probably go into it a little bit better than some people, but other people there is a legit concern. Um, so yeah, I guess let's dive deep into not just the Mercy movie, but yeah. Um, I think some personal examples with like AI going a little crazy was I uploaded a picture of like news sources regarding the Maduro capture, and it like completely denied that it had happened. Another situation was the Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul situation, the fight. Um, it also denied that that happened, even though it did happen. Even though I took pictures of like the news source and posted on there, it still denied it. It said it was basically like fake news. So yeah, I guess my you know advice is basically go into AI with like nuance, right? And question it sometimes. There was this funny thing that like stated like if you curse at an AI when you're talking to it, you actually get better results. So yeah, bring a high level of scrutiny to it and don't just believe everything it says. But yeah, the Mercy movie was definitely good. There's flaws in AI. There's human error. Um, so you should always double check things and not just fully rely on one thing. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.